boy DJ Ben Amin, and I am here live on the Fan Bros Show for All Nerds Awards. Imagine there was that rainbow above my head right there. You know what I mean? Where it's like For All Nerds Awards. Shout out to, D&M and all them. But no, this is Fan Bros Show. Once again, like I said, I'm joined by somebody. There's other people here other than just me.
Joined by?
I mean, I guess I'll introduce everyone. Normally, everybody introduces themselves, but I will do that tonight because I have Tatiana King Jones in the house, as well as the Orlando Jones in the house. No relation, folks, but they're both here together for the For All Nerds Awards.
How you know I'm not related? Don't you talk
True that. But yeah, how y'all doing?
We're doing really well. Well, I can speak for my cousin, Mr. Orlando Jones, but I'm doing pretty well. I'm really happy that we're here and happy that you actually was able to do this with us, Orlando. I'm so excited. And I see people joining the room. I'm really excited about that too.
Cool, me too. I'm just following your lead. I just try to say, how you get cuz. I'm about to say the wrong thing.
Let me just say, I like this. I like this backdrop that you got going on. This is really cute.
This is my get down. I got my food stamps. Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Clarence Thomas.
Ooh, wait a minute. We gotta go back to oh my God.
This is how we're doing tonight, folks. Live on Fan Bros Show on the For All Nerds Awards. Thank you to everyone who voted on the Twitter at Fan Bros Show. Thank you so much for that. They kept coming in. Everybody was tweeting us their own votes, all that good stuff. People were hearing us on Instagram, on Twitter, everywhere. It was crazy. So now we're going to break it down. It's been a good year, but, now we're going to have to give out some awards for best, some worst, and
and let me just say this year or this season of voting has been really crazy because
Really?
Yeah.
What's been so crazy about it? I want to hear.
Well, I've been watching the polls for the past 24 hours, and there's been crazy heats and crazy races between, particularly in comics, particularly in TV, and best movie. Like, you guys were like really fighting each other. I saw a lot of tweets between people arguing with each other. I saw a lot of people upset at Fan Bros Show because we were making you choose between your faves, but you have no choice. This is just how it is, guys.
Wow. I'm upset at Fan Bros Show. How dare you treat people with such rampant disrespect? Y'all going to hell. I really don't think this is nice at all.
We have to make you choose between your faves because, it's not supposed to be easy. That's just how it is.
No. And last year was crazy. Big shout outs to Otto Asando who joined us last year. But this year, we got Orlando Jones, Mr. American Gods himself, Mr. Legend, living legend.
Throwing me into this situation of this unfairness by making people choose. How dare you, sir?
Ooh, well, can we get to some of these awards? Because we had people here, people are joining. Thank you to everybody out there joining. I know Black Girl Nerds in the house. Shout out to the Blur Girl, everyone else out there.
And I know that there's a chat going on right now. So if you're on YouTube right now, you can actually chat with us. There should be like a little live chat window somewhere. If you have something to say to either myself, Orlando, please go ahead and start texting that in right now.
Word up, or you can hit us on Twitter at Fan Bros Show like we've always done. Just hit us, give us your reactions, whatever you want to say, or, the Orlando Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He,
come say something.
Trollando might have something to say. But
if you got something to say, I don't mind listening. I ain't saying I'm gonna do nothing about it. So making no promises and obligations and such.
See, we got to get into this. Let's get into it, Ben.
Let's get into this before it gets a little ugly up in here. And so first tonight we have the best network television series. And there was only 4 in this category. We kept this one real quick.
Yeah.
And the 4 nominees were The Good Place, Blackish, How to Get Away with Murder, and Riverdale. The State of Riverdale.
Ooh.
And they stayed out of Riverdale on the votes. That's for real too, though. I can definitely say that they definitely stayed out of Riverdale in them votes, boy. Because Riverdale, you came up shizzled.
7%.
Archie.
Riverdale feel like it got like sidekicked. Like, did anybody vote for Riverdale?
I mean, they did get some votes.
7% of like 300 people. So I don't.
To be honest with you, I haven't really seen Riverdale. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I heard that Riverdale is actually pretty good. I've heard that, overall it's a pretty good show. But, compared to the overall winners of this category, I guess not many people thought that. And the big winner for Best Network Television Series, well, coming in second place, but I want to give them a big shout out first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was The Good Place.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I recently started watching and is a fantastic show. I mean, just absolutely incredible. Great.
I've heard
great
nothing
writing.
but things about The Good Place. What did you love about it?
The writing, it's just one of the shows where the writing is like, the concept is crazy. The writing is crazy. And then like around the 6th, 7th, 8th episode, I think maybe a little after that, it takes a real big twist that you can kind of see coming, but it's like, oh, okay, y'all really went there. And so, yeah. So like, I can't say no more than that because it would give it away.
No spoilers and get people heated.
But I've been loving that joint. So, definitely check out.
You love the writing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So on behalf of the actors, I'm offended. They don't get no kudos. Bringing them words to life, just nothing. You just.
They're good.
I mean, the writing is very important. You know what I'm saying? But just on behalf of the actors, they do be doing something too.
I mean, they definitely do. Shout out to all the actors of the show. Their names.
We don't want no secondhand shout out.
You really don't.
Stick with your team.
You really don't for me because I can't remember their names. None of that. So, let's get to the winner of this category. The winner by clear percentage was Blackish, and
nice.
I mean, can we get some clap ups in the air for that? Can we just applaud them? Because
do you agree with that ruling, Orlando Jones?
Do I? Blackish is a really good show, and I have too many friends on Blackish. But, I'm sorry. I would have voted Blackish on this no matter what happened. I don't care what the other show is. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is Blackish. Yeah, when y'all said Best Network Television Series, in my mind I was like Blackish, and I was done. So.
Okay, so all right, so no overrule. And that's another thing. We weren't live when we said this. Let me make a note here to everyone that's watching, everyone in the chat room. I'm seeing y'all, and I see everybody on Twitter. If there is a category winner that Mr. Orlando Jones vehemently disagrees with, he actually has an override vote. He can change the winner, and he only do it one time. One time.
I have it, but I don't want to use it. You know what I mean?
We'll see. We'll see as we go. I mean, there's a few more categories, so you might change your mind.
I feel like a parent. Like, I really don't want to spank my child. But if you come in and break these glasses.
Sometimes they got to get spanked. All right, well, let's move on to the next category. And we have Best Superhero-Related Network Television Series. That's like a goddamn mouthful right there. That's very specific. Yeah. And sadly, there are enough to fill a lot. Related? You say what?
Superhero related?
Superhero related. So it could be, a show that features superheroes or is inspired by superheroes.
Yes.
So
Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Runaways, Gifted, The Flash.
Boom. I mean, you pretty much got all the nominees right there.
Right. There's so many. There was a two-parter actually, right, Ben? I mean,
yes, there was a two-parter to this because we had a lot of nominees and Twitter only lets us have 4 per poll. So
yes, of
course. So
what was the most written in nominee?
Gotham,
yeah.
Yeah, Gotham, because Gotham wasn't one of the nominees, so Gotham got a lot of votes written in. Overall, this was a pretty, I'm actually kind of surprised at some of these results, really, because
why?
My show, Legends of Tomorrow, took a hard L on this one. Like, took a hard L. Like,
I see that, but it's hard to say because it's Twitter.
This is true.
Okay.
This is true. Because Legends is my personal.
Trolls having fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true indeed. And people love The Flash, so The Flash took a large, but this was also a year where the new shows, got some shine. And all right, you want to let them know who the winner is?
The winner by unanimous decision is Agents of the Shield.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really,
Solid.
no question here. Now I have to
Yes.
say, I do like Runaways and West Allen forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Protect West Allen at all costs.
Yeah. Yes.
So
absolutely.
I'm definitely this an Olicity forever as far as I'm concerned. Though I realize in recent times there's been great criticism about the lack of service to other characters and elements on the show. I have to say I can hear what people are feeling, but Felicity, it is what it is.
Yeah, on Arrow, right?
Yes.
I mean, Lord, yeah. I don't need to bring the doll out. That's a whole nother story. But anyway,
you ain't even in this fandom. You can't front on us.
Yeah,
what's going on around here.
No. I mean,
But let me add that even though Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. really won this handily, Runaways was right behind it.
I mean, I wasn't kidding when I'm talking about Felicity Snoke over here.
Wow.
We're not kidding right here. Let's get it right, folks. Let's get it right there. There we go. So yeah, but also Runaways came in a close second. Flash well represented, Gifted also getting a lot of love.
Between Runaways and Agents of the Shield, like sit down, binge watch up to where we are now. Which one do you choose?
Ooh, Agents of Shield. Because that last season was so
the beginning, like if they started from the very beginning, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the beginning wasn't that.
No, it was terrible.
Man, not hot in the beginning. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. It has evolved. Like in the beginning, I would definitely say they didn't have the heat on the fire yet. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
They had like maybe a couple of matches, and then somebody but then it seemed like they got the gas on and they hooked up, and they're cooking right now.
But definitely big shouts to all those. So that's a tough category because all those shows, especially like when you get into the CW, it's like they're all kind of one show. So it's like it's like
one show.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna start pulling in some of these chat comments. Wolf Juice writes, Fanbros hates Gotham. Where's the democracy?
I mean, who likes Gotham is the real question, Wolf Juice.
I don't know why they hate Gotham like that.
I don't hate Gotham.
Same thing, fam. I thought the same.
Really, Orlando? Really? You gonna throw us live on the internet?
What? It's Gotham.
Yeah, well.
Listen, I have to give it a half nod just because of my time on Sleepy Hollow moons ago.
Okay.
True that.
See, that's that inside information.
I have to. Yes, I have to.
All right.
And I have some friends on, I have friends on Gotham, so
Got it. True.
All right.
I got it.
But see, we can't. But you're gonna have to make hard decisions, man. That's the whole point. You're gonna have to make some hard decisions tonight.
I know it. I'm making a hard decision to throw y'all under the bus.
Oh man.
It didn't seem that difficult to you at all, though.
All right, whatever. Moving on.
Moving on. That seemed like that came way too easy to Orlando. Next up, this one is of particular interest to me and Mr. Jones here.
Oh, yeah?
Best cable television series.
Oh, that ain't even.
You started laughing. You see?
How was that even a discussion?
I mean, I don't know. Some people have different opinions.
I will say this. Legion is fantastic. I was a particularly big fan of *Halt and Catch Fire* season 2.
Oh yeah, I heard it caught fire in season 2.
Really good. Yes. I like season 3, but something about season 2 sort of captured, it for me. And then I get it evolved and it got more into the personal relationships and the break apart and all that kind of madness. But 2 was pretty fantastic, and I liked 1. I was a huge fan of 1. But I think American Gods is that most delectable choice. You know what I'm saying? To lick your fingers the most, of course. But I would never use my override vote in this category simply because one must fan first.
Mm-hmm. True indeed. Yeah, true indeed.
But
true indeed.
Fortunately, American Gods won anyway, so
spoiler.
Spoiler alert. It did win, but it was this is interesting now. I think this is actually a tie for second place because and also you got to remember, I know also people were voting it in that specific line of choices. So for instance, American Gods beat Legion. But in the whole of the category, we also had Insecure and Game of Thrones. And that was right there too.
You know what? I got to say, I love Insecure.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of my favorite shows.
Oh, that's it? No but?
No but.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I put no, but I don't know why people do that. Like, if you know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy this show. I enjoy everybody who's on the show. My dude Lorel is on the show, who I'm a huge fan of. So, you know, I mean, frankly, the women on the show are fantastic. I mean, I want to watch them in like everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, you know, I can't say enough good things, but I also really love Dear White People. I love Dear White People.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and Dear White People, also comes up a little bit later. And I mean, it's a ton of great shows this year. I thought Legion, you know, was just absolutely incredible. I was a huge fan of American Gods, you know, even before I became a member of American Gods. So but you know, thank y'all. You know,
You're welcome.
To everyone out there voting, that meant a lot.
Win anything, Ben? I mean, this isn't an award show for you. You didn't win anything, okay? I hear you. Like, the people voted, not us.
And I didn't have anything to do with that first season either.
Robot. I'm surprised Mr. Robot didn't fare better in this category.
Yo, for real though, I am too. Walking Dead, I expected to take that long.
Game of Thrones is like Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones fans must have fallen asleep.
Word, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out maybe if is it because Mr. Robot is very like deep in it now, and you really have to be paying attention. Sometimes watching an episode twice to really understand what's going on, and that's okay.
Yeah, but American Gods won.
Well,
they watched the episode 3 times.
That's true.
Still find a little,
know how it happened with
candy all in the episode.
For real.
Yeah. All right, fine.
And y'all should go back and watch that season 1 once again. You know, anytime. It's always a good time to watch some American Gods. Congratulations to you, Mr. Orlando Jones, Brian Fuller, you know, Michael Green, everybody out there.
All right.
Please, Liam McShane, Yetide Badaki, Pablo Schreiber,
yes,
Neil Gaiman, the list goes on, man. Betty Gilpin, oof.
On and on and on.
Yeah, we have, you know, Chilovany Five Ever, Gillian Anderson, Kristen Chenoweth. Come on, don't make me keep going. Don't make me keep going.
It's a long list.
Don't make him keep going, Ben. I mean, there's too many of y'all. We got to move on to the next category.
Cloris Leachman, deal with it. Okay,
all right. And speaking of, you know, dear
Crispin Glover,
Mr. World himself. Speaking of Netflix, we have Best Netflix Series. I think there was, first of all, I have to say, I think there was an exclusion in the nominees here because Dear White People is not on the list.
That was a question, though.
Yeah, I don't even understand how is Dear White People not on the list and Dark is? Like, I'm just saying.
I'm blaming, you know, the people who counted the nominations. I don't know who does that. You know, our accounting firm, we're going to have to fire them. They're out of here. They won't be around for next year. You know, sorry about that.
I really do feel like Dear White People could have taken the place of Dark.
I mean, I think the people said that too.
Dear White People didn't. It's just a little shady.
So the real question is, if Dear White People was on this list, do you think they would have won?
I don't know if they would have won, but that they probably would have, because I would have overridden whatever won. In fact, that's my write-in. It's Dear White People, and they just won. I apologize.
Okay, well,
respect to Stranger Things too, which is fantastic.
So who was the winner, though?
The actual
none.
Yes, I'm actually really proud of our listeners for that one. I really have to say
that's a great choice.
Yes, a great choice. And Stranger Things 2.
So it was right behind it. So I mean, and then like I mentioned, there were a lot of write-ins. Yes, what Dear White People was a write-in. The Get Down was a write-in. I saw
Get Down was a write-in?
Yeah, write-in a couple times. I saw Black Mirror. Like
I love the Get Down season 1.
Yes,
I think it really was, but I wished it could. Listen, let's be honest. We all went hard for the Get Down, but the Get Down was not as good as how hard we went for it.
Damn it!
We just moved to Get Down because
real.
Huh?
That's real.
That's real. We were like, hey, we're dragging this one through no matter what. It's about a particular element of the culture and but let's be honest, it didn't really get there.
Damn it!
Damn.
It's so real, especially as a DJ. I feel you 100% because I love that show, especially in the beginning. But
even like, hold on, even the season 2 animation choice was like, go sit down somewhere. What is going on?
I didn't even get that far.
Yikes.
And hold on, and I fought for it. Okay, when they shut it down, I was on Twitter like, at Netflix. I was hot. Okay. I was cussing left and right. And I had to like check myself at one point. By the time I was gonna send the third tweet, I was like, you might want to pull up, pimp. You going a little crazy here, Trolando. That show wasn't that good. They had the right to do that. Shut up.
So okay, but Orlando, you had mentioned something about your override vote. Now that you know Master of None won, are you gonna still feel like you want to override?
Here's the thing. It's been overwritten already. I don't know where you are. White people won this category about 15 minutes ago. Now, I love Master of None. It's wonderful. Dear White People won this category like 15 minutes ago, and y'all still took that.
They never even got on stage to accept their award. It wasn't even like they got up there and then you took it away.
I told you.
We're not trying to be like here. No.
I called them. I was like, listen, y'all did real good. Y'all did so good. Y'all did so good.
But you lost.
Oh, well. All right.
In fact, we're gonna have to go back and another one. I'm sorry to our accounting team, but I didn't even see this in the write-ins, and I do not understand that. Where is Underground this year? Were people considering it last year?
Well, that was.
Well, wait. Underground is fantastic, and
yes,
Aisha Hines.
Yes,
super duper crazy fantastic.
I mean, just.
Well, here's my question, and I've heard conflicting reports. And I really need to find out. Did they pick up Underground again, or did they not?
No. And they did not pick them up. Not only that, Misha Green mentioned maybe a month ago that on Twitter that as it stands, it's not going to be coming back.
No.
That's what I heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that it might have gotten picked up by a different network potentially.
There was a big campaign, like John Legend and everyone, including Family Show. We were like campaigning to get it picked up by HBO, AMC, someone, even like an Apple or an Amazon. But unfortunately, it just didn't go that way.
Yeah,
so it's really sad because Underground's such an incredible series, and it was something when I spoke to the cast before. I was like, is this going to be just another slave story? Well, no, it was not. It was quite more than that, and I feel like we lost something great.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That right now, what I've been doing to try and ease my pain is I've been reading Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer.
Yes.
Shout it out. Yes, shout it out. Definitely should. Well, we're going to get a little later on to some comics, so we will definitely mention that as one of the ones of the year.
Oh no, David Crownson killed it, man. Off of a Kickstarter campaign, so like much respect. I love that. If you love Underground, that is a fun one to check out. It's amazing. In fact, that should be made into something, and Aisha Hines should play Harriet Tubman.
Yeah. Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Demon Slayer.
Oh my God. That's such a great idea.
Such a great idea. And she has turned into a superstar before our eyes, so it could easily happen. And
talk about that. That's my homie right there.
I mean, we go way back. That's Brooklyn. That's like
Oh,
You know,
okay.
yeah, that's the heart on
it's
that.
real when people start invoking the holy name of Brooklyn.
Oh, you
Brooklyn,
know,
like,
you know. Me and Miss Aisha have been to some house parties, you know.
Don Dada, show proper.
You know, that is people. So congratulations on her year. Everything happening with her, just beautiful. And you know, speaking of things and people blowing up, you know, our next award. I mean, this was a slaughterhouse.
This was a slaughter, and rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, but I didn't even I was trying to think of because there were once again, right? I was wondering where the write-ins were, and I can't think of anything else this year really. This is the award we're talking about is best comedy film, and
I was waiting on you to bring it up because I'm like, what category are we talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, can you think of any comedy films that were banging this year? Because
just one.
Get Out was hilarious.
You're gonna invoke this. You're gonna bring this to. You're bringing this to my house, Orlando. Okay. Controversy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I definitely chuckled several times. Towards the ending, there were a lot of moments where I was laughing my head off.
I'm sorry, Get Out was
hysterical. But yeah, as far as out and out comedies. And at least,
how come Get Out can't be an out and out comedy?
I mean, because it can't take all the awards.
Because Jordan Peele said it was a documentary. That's why.
Yes, which is exactly what a guy who cut his teeth on Mad TV should have said. If he said anything else, I would have been deeply disappointed in him. I'm like, Jordan, what? When you say it's a documentary, that alone is brilliant.
All
right.
But the overall
look, amongst the category of Jumanji, Father Figures, Baywatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
All that can be said, Tiffany Haddish. And then after that, you just got to sit down and be quiet.
There it is.
That's pretty much all that can be said.
Girls Trip. I feel like what else could have won? This was the #1 comedy.
Nothing else could have won.
Nothing.
If anything else had won, I would have boycotted this show. I'm telling
you. Well, let me bring in what the chat room is saying, because there's a few person I see. Ali Maka. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name right, but Ali Maka is saying Thor Ragnarok as a comedy.
Okay, but no.
I get that.
I get that.
Get it. But
I agree that they try and make all of those movies comedic in some way.
Yeah.
And for entertainment value, I tip my hat. I don't think it's as comedic in tone as something like the Ryan Reynolds film.
Deadpool.
Yes, Deadpool.
Thor was up there though. They had mad jokes.
That's funny. Huh?
Thor was up there. They had a lot of jokes in Thor. Some people said way too many jokes.
That's what I'm saying. It's we have to agree that Thor could be a comedy, right?
Okay.
And I think the comic book nerd in me won't quite let that happen. But that's what this version was, and it was super amazing and fun and awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay. All right.
However,
I
had a choice between Thor, the white dude. It's still Girls Trip. Go sit down with your Thor, okay? Right now.
Hey.
Waving his blonde hair in the world versus Tiffany Haddish. Hold up. Take my shoe off and slap the.
You really taking the shoe
off of somebody?
Man, I was just watching Tiffany Haddish on that Def Comedy Jam special. No, her always over that.
Haddish is hilarious.
Yes, hilarious.
There's no way this shouldn't have won. So I'm proud of the.
Also, just real, like as a human, just real. Like she exudes something really beautiful. I'm a huge fan of her.
Yep. Definitely need to have her on Fanbro show soon. Let's work that out, Miss Haddish. You got to come up here and accept your award.
I assumed that I was only here because y'all couldn't get Tiffany Haddish. That's what I figured.
I mean,
you were the runner-up.
But yeah, moving on.
I'm not gonna cry about it no more. I cried earlier. I'm not gonna cry again. Not twice in one day.
Not on the air.
No, I mean maybe on the air, but not twice in one day. You caught me earlier. You know, I had the snot running.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Ugh, that's a scene. All right, and moving on, we have another award to give out. This one,
which one is this, Ben? I mean, let's announce what the award is before you start.
Before
I start
always
acting like the award is a freaking secret. I gotta guess what the award is every time. This next award.
This is his first time seeing the results, so he's like questioning the things he's seeing too.
Yeah, I'm over here like, oh, word. All right. But this next is the best action movie of 2017.
Okay, best action movie of 2017.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, I just saw the result.
So it's John Wick, Kingsman.
Yep.
Atomic Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
War of the Apes.
Yep.
And then Fate of the Furious, Kong Skull Island, The Mummy, and action movie.
Yep.
You know, I would go another way here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I understand, and I did enjoy John Wick 2. My boy Ian McShane was in it, of course, Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, we go back, so I would have to go with John Wick no matter what, just because I know too many people in it. Lawrence is in it, Fishburne's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I love John Wick. I mean, I'm a huge John Wick fan anyway. So I think two just made the body count even higher. It was just too fantastic. The fight choreography, the guns, just the way that everything came together. It was just too real and too amazing of an action film not to win. So it did win, barely,
Correct.
Because somehow
over the style of the Kingsman, which is very stylized.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Which I love too.
Killing stuff every other day. They were just running through the woods with stuff getting killed.
True. But I really love, like,
I was just happy that Kong wasn't chasing behind that white woman all the time like he was in them other movies. Then they put him in the bottom of a ship in chains and brought him to America.
Jeez.
Where then they shot him and he fell dead in the street. I'm just glad that version of Kong is over because
right.
That just felt too racist for me.
Well, see, Orlando's mentioning Kong because Kong was right below John Wick, and I didn't. Okay,
yeah, Kong could have won this.
Kong could have won. I didn't see Kong, but I mean, I know you did.
Yeah, Kong is actually for straight up and down action. Kong is lit for that because
really
it opens up with Kong immediately whooping ass, and he never stops whooping ass.
Absolutely.
Through that whole movie.
Kong is a fun watch.
Yes, it is. When that mug eats that octopus, oh my God! Like you ain't,
octopus fight is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, like Kong versus a giant octopus, like that. And then
this is the Kong I always wanted to see. Like this dude is king.
Yes,
he ain't playing. And
really?
Is grappling with a lot of other creatures that are all of his size. So he has foes that aren't just humans like he has in the previous movie. But most importantly. He didn't fall in love with this woman, get chained up, put in the bottom of the ship, off to America, put in some show to dance, and then shot and killed by every able-bodied New Yorker.
It seems to remind me of another scene you did this year.
Like, just saying, this version was just far more beautiful than that horse shit right there. Because that right there was the damn travesty of justice right there.
This version has heard that anger gets shit done.
It is anger.
Yes.
Talk about Atomic Blonde. What did people think of Atomic Blonde?
I missed it.
I missed it too.
Yeah.
I assumed it was a woman-led John Wick, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
And in some ways more stylized, but different style.
Okay.
Right.
Would you put it over John Wick?
Huh?
Would you put it over John Wick?
John Wick is a down and dirty action movie.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's an action movie. It really is the genre.
Yes.
Right? Whereas Kingsman is more stylized. It's not exactly an action movie. Not in the traditional way you think of an action movie, at least not to me.
No.
Okay.
Kong Island is definitely an action, but that's an action adventure, movie with a big character. I mean, it's not quite an action movie. The Mummy shouldn't be on this list. The Mummy shouldn't be.
Oops.
Y'all stole a slot from something else to put the mummy on here.
Baby Driver, I would say.
That's not right.
I would say Baby Driver.
Well, Baby Driver has been nominated for a different category.
Okay, Baby Driver, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Baby Driver is in this, but in a different category.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Driver, look, Edgar Wright doing what Edgar Wright loves to do is always awesome.
Yes, for real. Edgar Wright, he's also in several categories tonight. So yeah, it's a damn shame that he never got to, finish Ant-Man, because that would have been something really special under him. So yeah, definitely a damn shame.
What happened with that? Did you hear?
It's pretty much Marvel, wanting it to be a certain way is what it pretty much boiled down to, is that, Marvel wants their films to be a certain way. And this is a longer discussion, but I was even arguing that, and that's kind of why I'm worried more, not so much about Black Panther, but I'm more worried about Infinity War. Because it's like Marvel, has to have it a certain way. And that's why I've heard the Russos are going to leave.
Over here acting like Marvel's got to make the same movie over and over again and they're not happy. I don't really appreciate that.
I know, that's the thing. I'm still happy, but I have to admit, Ant-Man is Iron Man with magic. I mean, with Jet Small, and Doctor Strange is Iron Man with magic. So it's like, I kind of seen this before, and I really enjoy those movies.
Right, but yeah.
But same time, same time. All right, but yeah, moving on.
Next category, I'm curious.
Yes. Next category, we won't keep this a secret, is Best Animated Movie, and this one's Yeah, I mean, I'm actually mad at this other one. Well, no, this one is actually kind of tricky because there's a couple of anime films on here that makes it, that makes it a little, because
okay.
Yeah,
I see.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Name the movies.
Yes, all right. Well, our nominees tonight were Coco, the Lego Batman movie, Cars 3, Boss Baby, Despicable Me 3, Your Name, Mary and the Witch's Flower, and The Write-In.
Okay. So who won?
All right. Well, it was pretty much Coco taking this away with Despicable.
As it should have.
Yeah, I mean, as it should have. I haven't even seen that yet, but I just heard that it is easily one of the best films of the year. I'm going to go see it this week.
Coco is amazing. The only thing wrong with Coco was that Olaf short that they put in front of it.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So
the movie, and then 45 minutes later, the movie ain't started yet, and you done seen commercial for everything under the sun, and Olaf singing a bunch of songs. I was hot. You know?
And that's what's the problem.
Huh?
That was the problem with people who came into it, saw it the first week. Disney, all the subsequent weeks, they took it out. So you're not going to see Olaf.
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for suffering for us, Orlando, because that's why I waited. And
emotional time, man. It was very difficult. I will say that Despicable Me 3 should not be on this list.
Me too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will say the same thing. I'm amazed.
Why not?
Me and my daughter went to go see that movie, and when it was done, my daughter's 7, and she turned to me and she's like, "Daddy, that was not good. That was not it, was it, Daddy?" I was like, "No, it was not." She was like, so I'm just saying, my 7-year-old daughter was smart enough to go, "That ain't it right there. That's not it."
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
I was like, "You go, my G. You know what time it is."
Oh,
just saying.
Future film critic. I like it.
Yes.
But she loves Boss Baby, and I have to agree with her. Boss Baby is hysterical.
Wow. I didn't expect that at all.
It's hysterical.
All right.
And it's extremely well done.
Okay. All right.
My number 2 on this list would be Boss Baby.
Wow. All right. Well.
And let's be clear. Despicable Me 3 is number 2, and that is a travesty.
Why did y'all not vote more for Lego Batman? Lego Batman was fire. I don't understand. No one cared. Is it just me?
I don't think Lego Batman is as good as Boss Baby, personally.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I really got to see Boss Baby now, because I had no idea.
Hold on. Lego Boss Man's an awesome movie. So I want to be super clear about this. It's an awesome movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 7-year-old daughter. And if I'm going to sit down and hang out with my 7-year-old daughter and watch a movie and laugh and have a good time, as much as Lego Batman is there, she will enjoy Boss Baby more.
Okay.
And I can't enjoy Boss Baby. So for family, me laughing, hysterical movie, I got to give Boss Baby the edge. Me and the dudes hanging out, I probably have to give Lego Batman the edge. Just a really well done, beautiful film. Coco. And I'm always going to go Coco anyway because it speaks to the diversity elements that we all talk about. Here's a story talking about Latino culture in a very interesting and compelling way. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, more of that. And the fact that we have to parse through this category that way to find one that has a diversity representation in any meaningful way is bullshit anyway. So Coco, that's how I feel personally. But I ain't got no sense. So
no, you have great sense. I like how you broke that down. That made a lot of sense.
Yeah, very, very well done. I also want to give a shout out to Your Name because I really enjoyed that movie. It's like one of the illest, like concepts and just ideas that I've seen. And very
really
well done.
Executed, right?
Yeah, very well executed, like from beginning to end. And I, as the ladies of Outlaw Bars know, it's hard for me to watch anime, and I watched that whole joint and loved it. So I got to give a shout out to Your Name. Like, that's a great one.
Yeah, shouts out to the anime killing the game really this year.
Yep, for real. And also we have tonight the best live action translation. And shout out once again to the Outlaw Bars pod because Deadly Diva said that this category was just shade in itself.
And just for those who don't know, Outlaw Bars is our anime-based podcast hosted by 3 amazing Black women. So make sure you are subscribed to us on Spotify, iTunes, and all that stuff because you're going to get Outlaw Bars, and they are dope.
Word up. And tonight in the best live action translation, our nominees are Transformers: The Last Night. Yeah.
Shameful.
Power Rangers, Beauty and the Beast.
Shameful.
Wow. Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note.
Shade. I am in full agreement. This category is shade.
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul, Ghost in the. Oh, I can't even finish that one. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I read this category and I spilled so much tea all over the floor. I was trying to clean the tea up. Like dripping from the sea, there's tea all on my face, just tea. This whole thing, shade. So go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I think I just randomly cast a vote for Power Rangers because I heard that it actually told a really good high school story. Aside from the Power Rangers part, that the high school was really good, and just because of my hatred for the Transformers, Death Note, Beauty and the Beast, Ghost in the Shell. So
If you are a Death Note fan, watch not that they're any that much better, but watch the Japanese version of the live
action. The Japanese
action.
Death Note is good.
Yeah, yes. Like I don't know about like the second and the third one. I'm a little, but the first amazing.
Yeah,
I agree.
I have no idea what Tokyo Ghoul is, and that is the winner tonight. Well, actually, Power Rangers took it. With Tokyo Ghoul coming in second. Sorry about that. You just
moonlighted them. Damn.
I did. Even La La Land, they still losing.
La La Land.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, still losing.
But start me on La La Land.
No, let's not.
Me back into a conversation. I was about to get heated again.
Well, I want to know. Maybe we need to let you get heated. I'm just like sitting here like,
La La Land?
Yeah.
Or as it's more commonly known as how white people invented jazz.
Let's hear more.
That's all there is to be said.
Oh, yeah, what more needs to be said?
Really?
I was waiting for more flames, man. I love the flames, man. This is amazing.
I sat there. I watched it. I was like, how white people invented jazz?
Oh,
they made that into a movie and gave it awards? Really?
And the worst part is I loved what's his name? What's the director's first film, or the last film that I saw, Whiplash, which is basically white people inventing jazz again too. But I love that one. So it's like
Listen, I
not twice.
I'm not mad at white people, okay? At all. Mm-hmm. I want white people to do extraordinary things, and they very often do extraordinary things. I just think that because, we happen to be in a circumstance where even when they do mediocre things, they get treated like they do extraordinary things. Just feels like that's La La Land.
All right.
Well, I love
let's. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a jackass about it. I'm not saying that the actors are bad.
Oh no,
like that, or it wasn't well executed. It's just, come on, like really.
Not sure if they can really dance, but you know.
Oh well,
it was a good try.
Listen, all I know is this: next they're gonna make Sheba with Emma Stone. And I'm like, can't be Emma Stone. It's got to be Yetiti Badaki, because that's the Queen of Sheba.
Yes. Bow down.
That's all I'm saying.
Not
trying to be jackass about it. That's the Queen of Sheba.
You're right.
What's done is done. I'm moving on. This whole category is shade.
All right. Let's move on to our next category. A lot less shade in this one. Best science fiction film.
Ooh.
Yeah. And our nominees tonight are Alien Covenant.
Okay.
Blade Runner 2049. The Dark Tower. And The Last Jedi.
So this one wasn't even really a competition.
Wasn't close.
No.
Wasn't close.
No.
Last Jedi took this away, 71% of the vote. So is it because Last Jedi was just that good, or did everyone else suck that much?
Oh no, I would not say that.
There you go. Why not? Then I mean,
I have to go Blade Runner for me in this category.
Ooh. Why?
I had, listen, first of all, I want to be very clear. I am a fangirl. So because I am a fangirl, there are just certain elements that I struggle with. And in The Last Jedi, and in the first setup of the movie, I got very excited about the female protagonist story. She was a badass, you know what I'm saying? And I just felt like they didn't realize that story in The Last Jedi. I saw the story of a bunch of guys when I was wanting to see the story of her. I wanted to see her hero's journey. So I don't understand why it's her hero's journey, but she don't do nothing but help out and be emotionally there for the male characters. It just feels like it was her movie and they took it away from her and gave it to these other people. I don't know why.
Wow,
that's just how I felt. Maybe that's me over
No, I definitely feel you. That's an interesting take because, like, a lot of people, you know, especially some of the, you know, fanboys, not the fan bros, of course, but like the fanboys have been real, you know, pissed at this movie because they feel like it gives too much time to the female characters, which is, you know,
she's the one. Okay, when you meet her, you're like, oh, like,
yes,
real with it, like, you know, look, she's a gangster, like that's what they set up. So I expected to see that be fully realized, right? That's the hero's journey I was expecting to see. And all I saw was a bunch of the guys. So I understand what the fanboys, you know, might be saying, but they must have seen another movie because that's the movie they set up. And then they didn't give me that movie about the guys and should have given me a movie about the girl. That's like, you know, it's like going to Wonder Woman and you make it about the dude. No, he died. You made it about Wonder Woman. And in this movie, she's the last Jedi, so how come it ain't about her? That's just me personally. So because of that, I cannot go with The Last Jedi. Blade Runner is beautiful and poetic, haunting, you know. But again, I'm a Michael Green fan. To be fair, it's a movie written by Michael Green, but Blade Runner is art, and the rest of these movies are fine. That's just me personally again. But if you're going to set it up that it's going to be a story, then give me my Jedi and stop playing these games. That's just me personally. Again, I apologize if I have offended anyone with my Trollando ignorance.
No. I mean, that's a great take. Yeah. And
I just imagine like Orlando as an art teacher and like he's going through the classroom looking at everyone's stuff and he goes, oh, yours is art. And yours is fine, and then keeps it moving. And you're just sitting there like, oh, Like, damn, my stuff is trash. Oh my gosh. Like,
it's not trash.
Oh.
It's not trash. Hold on. Let me.
You said it's fine.
You said fine.
Not apologize. Just let me qualify my statements by saying the following. I was taught that art is about communication. So, to me, it can't just be beautiful. It also has to be telling you a story, communicating something. So it's about how you came up with it, like why it was made is part of what art is, right?
Right.
And then there's wallpaper, right? And wallpaper might look real nice on your wall, but that shit ain't art. It's wallpaper. It might be pretty, it might be beautiful, but it's not art because it's not trying to communicate anything. And there's nothing to say other than, oh, look at that nice, that looks nice.
Okay.
Right? So I make that distinction. So when I see things that are really beautiful, I'm like, oh, man, that's really beautiful. That's nice, right? But how is it communicating anything significant about the human condition? That's art.
Ooh, that's real.
Blade Runner is communicating about the human condition. Ergo, its entire purpose of telling that story is to examine the human condition. The very things that we fight about and talk about and laugh about and cry about, that's fucking art. That other stuff is just, it's fine. Can enjoy it.
It's fine.
I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. It doesn't mean it should go away.
I have to.
But cavemen didn't paint on walls because they were trying to decorate it so they could make the cave look sexy so they could Netflix and chill. That's not why cavemen painted on walls. They painted on walls because they were trying to tell the story of humankind in order to help their loved ones survive into the future. They had a purpose. They were communicating, and that was what was important, right? Not decorating. That's what art is. Art has always been that, and it will never be anything else more than that. At least I hope not, because that's why I do it. Otherwise, fuck we doing here?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think this award show's over after that one. There's nothing more to say.
Okay, class is over. Your art is fine.
And I want to caveat, I'm also very upset because I'm a huge Lupita Nyong'o fan, and I'm very upset that they haven't had a ton of starring vehicles for her. And the fact that she's in Star Wars is great and everything, but it really does annoy the pants off of me that I got to see her be in somebody else's movie playing the character. Like, great, she's wonderful actress, but can I just get a Lupita Nyong'o movie or 5?
Can I?
Yes.
Please?
Or 5.
Please? How long I have to wait? What? Was she not a good enough actor? Stop it. So I just feel like that kind of rampant stupidity. I'm mad at Star Wars about that. I really am. And it's not Star Wars' fault. It really isn't. It's just me. I love Lupita Nyong'o, and I don't know how come nobody will give her a movie, and I'm side-eyeing everybody who hasn't yet.
If it was up to me, Lupita would have been a Sith general or whatever, dark side general, whatever they call it now. Totally.
Yeah, all the way.
Something.
I don't know.
Well, before we move on, I really love that.
At present, she's unrecognizable in Star Wars.
Yep. It still pisses me off. I remember when we talked about the reveal on Fanbro Show podcast, and here we are.
Yes. And I'm still left about keeping it 100.
Well, thank you. I think everyone's appreciating that. Everyone in the chat room, shout out to you guys. Everyone on Twitter, I see you guys. We see the stuff coming on. Keep typing your chats and all your comments
on Twitter and see what's going on.
Because you've got all the followers, and while Orlando checks out Twitter and what's going on, we're gonna announce our next category tonight. We have Best Thriller.
Wait a minute, Orlando, make sure you're sharing the viewing link with everybody, because I know everyone's like, well, where is he? I don't see him. They don't see the YouTube link.
I thought I shared it already.
No, man, sir, I don't see anything on your joint, man.
That digital footprint.
I'm just saying. I got, probably, yeah. So, shout out to Black Bill Simmons, who said, oh my God, y'all got a Nancy with 13 eyes.
And there we do. And this next category. What is that? There's actually a couple contenders in this one. Best Thriller, we said. Yeah. And we have, I'm going to go The Foreigner, Split, Murder on the Orient, Baby Driver, and Get Out.
So that's where Baby Driver showed up at.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Once again, our accounts. But Baby Driver is one of those films. It's like you really can't categorize. Like Get Out.
Like Get Out, right?
you know, Get Out, great comedy.
They should just win awards for the work done this year and move on.
Thank you. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. So, you know, as Mr. Anansi said, we're going to just give it to Get Out and Baby Driver, you know, winning right there.
Because, they both won.
I mean, you know, they're both just exceptional films. And if you haven't seen either of them,
I really like Murder on the Orient Express, though, I will admit.
I mean, you know, a certain friend of ours did write it. So that was definitely a great movie. I mean, you know, man, Michael Green might have wrote a few good things in his time, and that's one of them. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that as well.
He killed Logan. Logan is ridiculous.
I mean, we gonna get to that because you know that's the Foreigner. Was that the
That's Jackie Chan. It was a
okay. I was thinking about that Ben Affleck joint.
I heard great things. I haven't seen it. Did you guys see it?
Wow, no,
I did, and Jackie did a fantastic job. But I also love Jackie. But that's awesome. That notwithstanding, I think Jackie did a fantastic job, and it's a dramatic role. That's not the first time he's done dramatic role, but that is a dramatic role for him, and he killed it really.
Mm-hmm. And I really thought that Split. I've only seen parts of it. I got to see the whole thing, but I was not like where everybody was so hyped. I think Split got a lot more love because of its relation to Unbreakable and the fact that it's now a sequel for all that.
Which I still hate. I still hate Unbreakable. I don't care. Everyone could tweet me now. I don't care.
Damn.
I still don't like Unbreakable to this
Unbreakable day. Grew on me over the years.
Should I at you at Fanbros TV or Fanbros Show?
At Fanbros Show. Please, Orlando Jones, direct it all, and at Tatiana King, you know, because I love Unbreakable myself. I don't know what she is talking about over there. Don't involve me in the conversation.
It was just I was laughing. I feel like I was laughing at everything I was not supposed to be laughing at. I mean, we're gonna get off track. I'm just saying. I just did not. We could talk about it on Twitter if y'all have a problem with that.
Wow, y'all real with it, man.
I mean, you know, it's real. It's Fanbro Show over here. All right, so let us move on to another category. And, you know, we were just talking about this film, and this is definitely in this category, the best comic book movie of the year. Orlando, I hope you shared that link because this is a big one. This is a big award. Everybody needs to see this one right here. So hopefully everybody out there watching, tell a friend to tune in right now because, you know, this is the one right here. And the nominees, as everybody knows, were Logan, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is a tough one.
Wow.
No? Not
super tough.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, nah, that was pretty easy.
Was super tough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely a tough one. Definitely a tough one. All right, so, you know, what would be your pick?
Who, me?
Yes, you, sir.
No, Tatiana's going first on this. How dare you, sir?
Okay, then. All right. That bus is still there.
The problem is with this is because I really, really like all of these for really specific reasons. Spider-Man, to me, featured the best iteration of Peter Parker / Spider-Man. And that's no offense to anything that happened before it, because the original Spider-Man 1 that was dope, and it for its time it really meant something, and it still means something. Tobey Maguire did that, but it didn't give me a full-fledged Peter Parker. Whereas with Spider-Man Homecoming, you get the fact that he's a kid, you get the fact that he's in high school, that he's going through the typical everyday teenager stuff. At the same time, he's a superhero, and to me, that embodied the I don't want to say pure because I don't want to sound like comic book guy, but embody like the most purest form of what Peter Parker is. He's a kid with powers and how he tries to adjust that as he grows up. So I think that served as the best reflection of him. I absolutely love Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was the best of all the Thors, but that's not hard to do because the previous two Thors were trash, not enjoyable whatsoever. They were very slow with the exception of Loki. And Thor Ragnarok had a lot of comedy. Taika Waititi did that. Logan was very, very, Logan had me in my feelings. Okay. Logan had me emo. Logan had me like really, I don't know, like I haven't felt that much in my feelings, particularly about Wolverine in forever. And I think that made, it really meant something. Justice League, You know what? I'm not going to say too much about that because it's not the best movie, but it was entertaining. But that, again, that's not saying too much because we've had a lot of missteps from the WB. And then Wonder Woman was absolutely fantastic. But then again, like I said, when it comes to these DC comic book movies, is very like polarizing. So I don't know. So out of all of them, and I'm not even talking about Guardians. Guardians was great, but whatever. You're gonna have to skip me, Benjamin. Please come back. I'm still trying to get this.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna let Orlando go. I'll jump in real quick. And I think this was 2017. I gotta say is probably the best year overall for comic book movies ever, because it was just like to have all these great films that overall I thought all of them were great. But I was rewatching Logan the other night, and when he gets impaled on the tree at the end and Laura runs up and starts chopping him off, I turned it off. Like, because I could not watch it again. I could not watch Logan die in front of that little girl again. I couldn't do it. So to me, it's like not even a question in this category. I think Logan is just a revelation. Like, I think, like I've gotten my, because I work in the office with Michael Green, I've got to actually look at the script, and to actually read a script like that and to see that this movie is made is insane to me itself. Like the fact that we're discussing a movie about Logan where he dies and where his, Laura carries on, and just like the level of violence and realism and just, intensity that movie had and emotion. I don't think there's anything, close to it really. I think Logan is just, it's on another level. Like I really hope it gets nominated for, the big awards. I mean, not like, Fanbro Show, For All Nerds Awards ain't the biggest, but, those other ones that they talk about. Orlando, what about
you? The fact that you were talking about Fanbro's show with such a disrespect is unfortunate. But also say that in these particular category, Logan is, in my opinion, the hands down winner, which I said earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't even think you can compare it to anything else. So I think you just have to move on. Shout out to Michael Green.
Once again. Yeah, shout out to James Mangold for directing that joint as well.
But see, we can't play favorites because
I don't even say that. Like, I don't want to be giving it to Michael just like that. It's just that Logan's really that good.
Hell yeah.
It really is that good. But we still can't play favorites because they didn't even really win. Thor won.
I mean, but that was because of the way of our categories are set up too, because Thor was up against like one other,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it only had
crazy entertaining. Of course Thor was gonna win. I mean, Thor is just a fun, awesome ride. I'm not mad at Thor. I'm really not.
Not at all. I'm definitely not mad at Thor, but you got to go with that Guardians, boy. I mean, not that Guardians, that Logan. Sorry about that. No. All right. And then, speaking of comic book movies, let's move on to comics I copped. No reverb on at that time. But this is the best comic book of the year. And man, I mean, this was a category that is really impossible for me to like even narrow it down to, like, because there's so many great comic books that are produced every year. This year we had the debut of the whole Lion Forge line of comics. Noble. Yeah, Noble is one of my favorite books of the year, but just their whole line, they deserve the award right there, just for being out there. So it's tough. Black is also out there, another great comic. We mentioned Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer.
Yes.
There's a lot of great books out there.
There are.
Yes.
But what won?
But what won in our award show tonight is Wicked and Divine, narrowly beating out Batman. And Wicked and Divine to me is the best comic book of the year. I thought, their issue 33 is my single favorite comic of the year. But at the same damn time, Batman is pretty close because Tom King's issue where the Riddler, Batman, and the Joker all have dinner is one of the best things I've ever read.
Not far behind though, Saga and Black Bolt.
I mean, always solid. Always. Black Bolt is probably my favorite debut of the year. So, this was a very tough one. I mean, so many great comics. Invincible is coming to an end next year, so it's like, that was also a great pick. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but, like I say, Wicked and Divine.
This is the strongest category we might have had tonight.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I say Secret Empire and Dark Knight's Metal, they kind of didn't get a lot of love, and I don't know. I mean, Secret Empire, I understand why, but Dark Knight's Metal, from what I understand, has been great too. I mean, there's just been a lot. You know, Generation Gone was in the other category that garnered a lot of votes. There's just been, you know, monstrous. We got screamed on. We were told our whole category is invalid for not having monstrous on the list, and I kind of agree with that. You know, it just goes on and on. There was like, you know, monstrous is one of the best books ever. Marjorie Liu. Sana Takeda, I think I got the last name right too. Just incredible. So, you know, I mean, it goes on and on and on.
You just invalid. I mean, that's just.
I mean, pretty much. You know, that's why we leave it up to the people and not to me, because my opinions are invalid right here. You know, even though I am comics I copped.
Right.
But yeah, I know nothing, Jon Snow. Moving on to something I might know a little bit, not really, you know, I know nothing about this one either. But, you know, one of the big awards tonight is Best Director. And this one, yeah. Our nominees tonight were James Mangold, Patty Jenkins, Denis Villeneuve, I think. I'll never get that one right.
Don't say, just keep.
I'm not correcting you.
Yeah, sorry.
I just want to enjoy you butcher that for a little bit more. Just hit that one more time.
Denis Villeneuve. 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 Also Edgar Wright, Ryan Johnson.
Ryan
Johnson, Dee Rees, and Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
I mean, it wasn't even much of a contest here. Like,
he did win, followed very closely behind by Patty Jenkins.
Yes. And I kind of feel like Edgar Wright didn't get it, and I'm glad that Dee Rees turned up on this, and with a lot of write-ins, because Mudbound is one of my favorite films of the year. I really, I did not know her work before this, but it made me an instant fan. You know, she's a beast. She got an award-winning performance out of Mary J. Blige. Yo, like, I mean, that's directing, folks. True. That is directing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that is
what you trying to say about Mary J. Blige?
I'm just saying, I've never known her to be, you know, that.
He said he wasn't feeling her in The Wiz. He wasn't feeling her in The Wiz live, okay?
Wait, I wasn't saying that. Hey. Look, these buses just keep coming along tonight.
I remember when.
Oh, man. Oh,
wow.
Listen, we're about to get killed online anyway.
She's sitting somewhere going, well, you know, she reminiscing on the love y'all had.
Really?
Still talking about my life. All right. We are coming down to the wire. I mean, yeah, we
Reminisce, which is on her solo record, not her sophomore effort, My Life. But you know, hey,
there it is.
Flex on the music thing right now.
I mean, you know, the original album was the 411, you know, followed up by the classic My Life. Yeah, you know, we could do this all day, Mr. Jones, you know.
But I'm not qualified.
Oh.
He's not qualified, but you're hosting the show with
I'm co-hosting.
Your modesty will get you nowhere. But, you know, it looks like we only have...
Patty Jenkins.
Okay,
I think you have to give some nod to as the close second. James Mangold, fantastic director.
I mean, come on.
On this list, you know, Rian Johnson also incredible. There's not a bad director on this list, that's for sure.
No.
But, you know, I'm excited to see Jordan Peele in there. I bet you last year before Get Out, nobody would have put him on this list.
What? I mean, that is like one of the most, you know, insane. Yeah. Because I know there's no way. I just it's up there with with the Russo brothers before they did Captain America: Civil War, and they told me that they did Me, You, and Dupree, and I'm like, they're gonna turn around and do Civil War, and then they turn around and did Civil War. Yeah, so I mean, just absolutely like one of the best Marvel films ever, and then you know, same with Jordan Peele, like you know, it's my film of the year still is Get Out, so.
So that means you just can't count people out just because you've never seen whatever from them. Like you just got to give people a chance because they will surprise the hell out of you every time.
True.
And speaking of film of the year, let's just, with our own votes and, because we've had all these different movies, named tonight, what is your movie of the year?
My movie of the year. Ugh. Who you asking?
Well, let's start off with Tatiana, and then we say ladies first, and then special guest last.
I'm gonna have to say Get Out, because it obviously, the fact that to this day we still have trouble placing it in terms of genre, in terms of impact, in terms of what it means to different people. The fact that two people within the same family or strangers could be sitting together, watch it, and see totally different things. I think that takes a very interesting and creative mind to be able to do that. I think it takes the fact that you having a Black man that is showing more or less the Black experience from a variety of different angles. That was just incredible. And I personally just haven't seen a movie like this in so long. And I enjoyed it. So it was more than it wasn't just kind of a lesson and a learn about this. It was just the fact that it made you interrogate what you were watching, and then after have conversations with other people, whether you agreed with them or not. And the fact that it causes so much, not just controversy, but it causes so much conversation. I mean, the fact that people were looking at and months later, we're talking about almost a whole year later, people are going back to it, talking about, oh, well, did you remember in this scene when this happened? And people are still breaking it down. People are still analyzing the Get Out effect. So I gotta say Get Out. It just had the absolute biggest impact for me in 2017.
Okay. And, I think you just said everything right there. And I got to jump right there with you, because it's like Get Out, was early January when I saw it. And, it's still, I've seen nothing like it. I don't know how to categorize it overall. I don't know the effect of it, like we said, the transformation of Jordan Peele with it, everything around it. Like, as much as I love Logan, as revolutionary as I think Logan is, in terms of like comic book movies really taking on just a next level, there's nothing like Get Out. So I got to go straight up with Get Out.
And you, Orlando?
I really don't think there's anything left to say. So I'm just going to co-sign and keep it moving.
All right.
It is.
Well, all right, there it is. And we have one last award tonight, a very special award, very close to my heart. The Ninja You Love to Hate.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And, on this list, we have Pennywise, fought that bastard. The Armitage clan from Get Out. Right. Negan from The Walking Dead.
Negan with an extra E.
Yeah, Negan. Yeah, you gotta say it. Negan. Every time you say his name. Negan. And Kylo Ren. Everyone's favorite fuckboy.
He's the space, what I say, the space Kanye West, right? He's the Star Wars Kanye West.
The Star Wars Kanye West. Yeah.
Emo Ren.
That's hilarious.
Ren. Yes. Definitely. Post-Kardashian, Kylo Ren. Is post-Kardashian Kanye. Yeah.
You're so rude.
I know. I'm terrible. And yeah, who would you think would take this one? Who is the worst of the worst for this year?
I genuinely thought Negan was gonna win, but Negan did not win.
I really thought the Get Out, crew would take this one. Like, I'm surprised.
They did though, so.
Nah, they didn't. I thought they were to take it, dead or not. But
No, Negan, because Negan is perpetual.
I gotta go. Negan, like Negan.
Oh my God. I mean, but
my choice there.
Yeah,
Pennywise is just funny. Like, I honestly laughed. I liked it. I laughed through it because Pennywise just is hilarious to me.
All right. Well, that's you. I'll never watch that film. As everybody listens to Fanbro Show understands.
Yeah, so, he's not a fan of clowns. Shout outs to George Carmona, who writes, "What about Tech Boy from American Gods?"
Oh,
that's true. Tech Boy's definitely evil. I was playing basketball with a dude the other day who said that the Armitage plan was all Republicans, and I was like, "Wow, you took it political." He was like, "That's the Republican Party right there."
But they could also be leftist leaning Democrats, because I know quite a few liberals who
That's what I said.
Yeah,
he was completely upset with me about that idea. Like I said, leftist leaning Democrats. He was. What are you talking about? He was very upset. He told me to shut my mouth, and I was scared, so I ran.
You went run. Come on, man. Orlando Jones does not run from a fight.
He just doesn't want to incriminate himself with what actually happened right there. So.
Let's be real.
It didn't seem safe. It did seem safe. I was like, my mom told me I was supposed to get out of them type of situations. He was an angry white man, and when he told me I was wrong, I was like, I'm not disagreeing with him and getting myself killed. So I just left. I ran as fast as I could.
This narrative that you ran is just wrong and hilarious, but thank you.
By the way, the best part is that there are some people who actually believe that that's how that would have went down.
If anything, I see you like coming out the gate like Joey Badass in Mr. Robot, like with the shank, like, well, you got something to say to me or what? Like, that's how I see you. Not this guy who's running, so.
I'm country and southern, okay? I'm starting on won't be none.
See?
If you want to get it cracking, you know what I'm saying? Be my guest all day, son.
Oh, God.
All day.
I'll put the fangirl drip on you heavy.
So. To close this out.
All right. Well, the winner of the Ninja You Love to Hate surprisingly was Kylo Ren, everyone's favorite fuckboy, the Kanye West of Star Wars.
I think Kylo should have won this. I mean,
me neither.
He's a fuckboy, but he's a lovable fuckboy. Negan is just like confusing because he's not evil. You don't agree with his approach. Let's say that.
I do.
You do.
I think that's why Negan didn't win, because I think more people agree with Negan and want him to kill Rick. So it's like people don't really hate Negan, Yeah.
People don't mess with Rick that hard now.
Last year Rick won, the award for worst decision makings, and if we had that award this year, he would easily took it home twice. Ugh. So
yeah, they always said that because he was with Rashawn.
Well, yeah, true. All righty.
And she don't deserve to have her heart broken, so.
She gonna cut him up if he do. So,
Listen, he messing with the wrong one, I tell you that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Ben, I mean, like you said,
well,
that was our last one. So that means the entirety of the For All Nerds Awards has been concluded. We've announced everybody. That said, if you did miss this is going to be running again on YouTube on Fan Bros TV. On our page. We have the links up. Mr. Orlando Jones had posted a link on his Twitter. We posted it on our Twitter. It's going to be posted on Instagram. So if you missed it, you can still watch this again. Make sure to tell your friends that it's there. Make sure to share with everyone. And
Santa Claus don't repost. You can go check it out on Santa Claus Twitter. Go check it out there. Just so you know.
And as I said at the top, this is what we do here at Fan Bros Show. We are the voice of the urban geek. We talk about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. And we have sometimes really cool guests, such as Mr. Orlando Jones. Thank you very much, sir, for co-hosting the show, because we couldn't have done this without you. And you were a blast to co-host with.
You guys, thank you for having me. It's always fun to hang out, for real.
Thank you again. Make sure you guys follow us at Fan Bros Show. You can also hit us up on, I mentioned Instagram, SoundCloud. We're on there as Fan Bros Show. If you want to, you need to subscribe.
They're everywhere.
Yes, we everywhere. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere you get podcasts, we are there. So please make sure you are subscribed.
Go into your bathroom, lift the toilet seat up. You see them right there. Fan Bros Show, they over there. No. So you get in the shower, you turn on the hot water, you see them come right out. They also there. Just anywhere, anywhere you really go, like you're in church and they pass around a collection plate and you ain't got your money out. You'll see them there looking at you, Fan Bro Show, like, what you doing? How come you ain't tithing your 10%? They everywhere, Fan Bro Show, just so you know. Everywhere.
Any last words?
Took off my thought the other day. Fambro Show.
There it is.
I don't know where the hell it came from, but it was right in my sock. That's a true story. I'm not just making up stuff.
For joining. I appreciate you guys. We all appreciate you. Enjoy your evening. And
thank you very much.
28.
Happy holidays. Merry Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
And, Hanukkah and whatever you're celebrating. God love, peace, all that. Chicken grease. I got nothing else.
Bye, guys.